It's DK back at you with another video here for the NBA main slate here on Saturday. I apologize for not uploading a video on Friday. I was feeling under the weather, but did tweet out some plays that I liked. So yeah, let's look into the slate for tonight. So Harden, my same analysis every time. Cash games, just play them and move on. On GPPs, there is some merit to fading them. 13.4K is obviously a lot to pay for a guy at DraftKings, but he's just playing unbelievable basketball. So in cash games, just play him and move on. Kyrie, back-to-back pretty solid games here for Kyrie, but when Boston's fully healthy, I just stay away. I know the matchup's great here against Atlanta. I'm a little worried that Boston just blows them out too. Atlanta, they got Trae Young as well as John Collins questionable, so if those two guys do miss, most likely going to be a blowout. The Doncic, I know the matchup's not great. The reason he's in play, though, is because of the price tag, 7.9K. It's just too cheap. Fox, I love playing him, but not seeing enough minutes right now for me to consider him. Oladipo, same thing with Doncic. Oladipo's been bad, but the price is all the way down to 7.3K, where the price makes him in play. Winslow, played 36 minutes with no Josh Richardson. The Heat still ran an 11-man rotation. I don't want to trust Spoelstra here. Winslow's priced all the way up to 7.1K. I'm probably going to pass. And you got Lonzo. I really like this Lakers-Houston games. Lonzo, Kuzma, Ingram, those three main guys that I have a lot of interest in. Conley, again, the price makes him kind of in play here at 6.8K. It just seems too cheap for him. Let's see. So Trae Young, if he misses, then that would kind of make Jeremy Lin the chalk. So we'll wait for news there. Levine and Chris Dunn, kind of the same thing with Conley, with Doncic, with Oladipo. The reason they're in play is because the price tags. Levine at 6.5 and Chris Dunn at 5.9. Reggie Jackson, no one likes playing Reggie, obviously, but in a great matchup. Ishmith to get injured. He played 35 minutes last night, so his minutes should be secured. You're never going to feel great, though, about playing Reggie Jackson. But another thing is, too, Andre Drummond did get injured, did not return. It was like a nose thing. So I would assume it was a face thing, something like that. But I'd assume Drummond does play. But if Drummond misses, maybe he has concussion or something, then Reggie would be a great play here at 5.2. So we'll wait for news there. Let's see. D Wade for Miami runs such a deep rotation, but I guess D Wade, 4.8K, a little revenge game too against Chicago. So I think he'd be pretty solid. Jeremy Lin, obviously, if Trae Young does miss. And there's Memphis guys like Shelvin Maxim playing pretty good in limited minutes off the bench, but I don't trust it. I played Shelvin Mack once a while ago when Mike Conley was out, and he was like priced lower. He was like 3.4K, and he played like 25 minutes. It got me like 5 fantasy points. So I don't trust this Shelvin Mack hot streak here. Let's see. Okay, let's move on to shooting guard here. Let's see, Buddy Hield, but I don't trust, not playing enough minutes. Dave Yeager just not giving the starters enough minutes right now for me to consider any of the Sacramento starters. See, Eric Gordon, kind of been banged up, so I'm a little worried, and they've been limiting him a bit. I'll probably pass. If he was fully healthy, then I would like him at 5.9, but they're probably going to limit him again, so I'm probably going to look elsewhere. And then we got the Denver situation, so Will Barton, Gary Harris, Beasley, Torrey Craig, all kind of in a timeshare right now. Everyone's healthy too, so the only way I would have interest in the situation if Will Barton and Gary Harris pick up the start. But right now, Barton and Gary Harris coming off the bench playing limited minutes. And then, that's going to limit Craig and Beasley, the starters, a bit. So if with everyone healthy, I'm probably going to stay away unless Barton or Gary Harris do pick up the start. Okay, let's see here. Tyler Johnson again. Miami, they ran a deep rotation, but played 35 minutes with no Josh Richardson. Got you 30 fantasy points. If Richardson misses again, We're going to wait. It's an illness, so if he misses again, then maybe he could go back to the well. But again, it's really hard to trust Eric Spoelstra. We've seen in the past he just runs with a hot hand. Okay, so let's move on to small forward. Giannis, a solid matchup here against Orlando. Price under 11K. He's been involved in a few blowouts here of late, but I think he's a solid pivot away from Harden. Obviously, everyone's going to be on Harden, so that makes Giannis, not a lot of people are going to play Giannis. So I think you can play Giannis in the low-owned GPP aspect of it. Kuzma, I really like the Lakers. Kuzma, Ingram, Ball, I like them all. So I like this game the most, too. It's probably the most stackable game on the slate. If we just look at the slate, there's a couple solid defensive teams, like Memphis, Toronto, no. Boston, Atlanta, potential blowout. Sacramento, Detroit would be interesting here if Drummond does miss. Milwaukee, Orlando, Dallas, Indiana. I got Miami, Chicago, potential blowout. Teams that both run deep rotations. Cleveland, Denver, potential blowout. And then this Lakers-Houston game is probably the most appealing in my opinion. Let's see. Josh Richardson, if he plays, I guess he'd be okay. He seems to be the Heat, guy that was locking in the most secure minutes, 35 a night. So I guess, but I'm just probably going to stay away from the whole situation, to be honest. Let's see. Evan Fournier, Aaron Gordon did get injured last game and did not return. So Fournier, I didn't know he was playing this big a minutes. 37, 39, 37, 40, and 38 minutes the last 5 games here. So if Aaron Gordon misses, then I think Fournier is a really good play here at 5.4K. He's locked into good minutes right now, and one of their main pieces would be out if Aaron Gordon does miss. So Fournier, I actually would do like him a lot if Aaron Gordon does miss. Bembry, if John Collins, if Trae Young do miss, I think he'd be pretty solid. But we got Taurean Prince back in the picture. He did get limited to 13 minutes, but I assume they bump up the minutes a bit. And we know Atlanta runs a pretty deep rotation as well. Boston, I don't really like picking on Boston, so probably like elsewhere. Jabari, not the value play he was anymore. I liked him at 3.5K. He's all the way up to 4.5K, where he's just not seeing enough minutes at this price tag for me to consider him. Let's see, cheapies. Jonathan Isaac, if Aaron Gordon does miss, but he's been really bad this year. He's been a very low usage guy. He had a solid. He was okay his rookie year, but really has not looked that good. But at 3.7K, I think he would be definitely viable if Aaron Gordon does miss. Let me bring up these Memphis guys real quick. No one really likes playing Memphis guys, but where are these cheap guys? So Justin Holiday picked up start last couple games, got limited against Milwaukee, but in 36 minutes, played 36 minutes against Boston. So if he's going to play those minutes again with no Kyle Anderson, then he's a really solid value play. And then Caspi, Shelvin Mack, not seeing enough minutes. They have been pretty productive off the bench, but I'm not going to go their way. I think the value play here that I would like the most would be Justin Holiday, just because he saw those, the most secure minutes there. Okay, where was I? We're at the cheap guys. Anyone else here? Blossom game. So if Tristan Thompson doesn't miss, it would be Zizic again. And then Blossom game would be, probably my second favorite big. Played 24 minutes, got 17 fantasy points. So I think he would be okay if we have no Tristan Thompson. Let's move on to power forward and Blake here. If Drummond misses in a great matchup here, I'm not a Blake Griffin guy, but Blake Griffin, Reggie Jackson would be a pretty solid stack here with no Andre Drummond in a dream matchup. So we'll wait for news on Andre, but Blake looks pretty appealing here with no if Andre does miss. John Collins, if he misses, you could look to Dedmon, Alex Len, Bembry, Taurean Prince, probably pick up a few extra minutes. let's see. Aaron Gordon, obviously, this is big news. If he misses, um, you know, Jonathan Isaac would probably pick up a few more minutes. Fournier would pick up the usage. Vucevic would pick up the usage. So, um, that's kind of my thoughts of that situation. I don't really know if I would, target anyone off the Orlando bench. Probably not. I'll probably just stick to the starters. Marketing, Bobby Portis, Wendell Carter Jr. out for a while now. So Marketing and Bobby Portis going to be asked to play some big minutes here. Bobby Portis to get priced up to 5.7K. But again, this guy, the last 2 games, 1 for 11 and 4 for 13. Still, 4 for 13, put up 33 fantasy points. So I like Bobby Portis a lot here again at 5.7. Marketing, again, he was also really good in 25 minutes. My kind of concern with him is he is kind of scoring dependent. He did 10 rebounds, so it was kind of an outlier for him. But, yeah, I don't know. I think Markkanen's solid. My opinion, my personal opinion, I prefer Bobby Portis. If you want to play Markkanen over Portis, I'm not going to talk you off him. Let's see, Bam, Bigs against Chicago were great. So, in a potential blowout here, maybe Bam sees a little extra run here. I mean, the Heat already closed with him a lot, so I think Bam, you could take a shot in GPPs at 4.9K. As far as these cheap power forwards, not a whole lot to like here. Like Giles, I guess, off the bench. I do like playing these high usage guys off the bench, so I think he would be okay at 3.8. Yeah, all right. Let's move on to center. Jokic. I love playing Jokic, but I'm just too concerned about the blowout at Denver. Cleveland, possibly no Tristan Thompson. They've looked terrible. So I don't want to pay up for 10K for Jokic if he's going to play 2.5, 3 quarters. Let's see, Vucevic. I love this play here at 8.6K. I think he's going to go under-owned. If Aaron Gordon does miss, it would be Vucevic, it would be Evan Fournier, and possibly Jonathan Isaac for me. Vucevic, they have bumped up the minutes here of recently. 35, 38, and 33 minutes. So Vucevic at 8.6K looks pretty appealing there. Let's see. Other centers, Marc Gasol. Not a big Marc Gasol guy, but 6.7K puts him in play. He also has not been shooting the ball well, but he does have some upside here. So I think he's in play because of the price tag. On the Whiteside, GPP only play, but this is like the blow-up spot for Whiteside. He has like a blow-up game once every 5 to 10 games or so. And man, Bigs against Chicago, they've destroyed Chicago. I think Whiteside gets off to a hot start and maybe plays some extra minutes here. So in GPPs, definitely not cash games, but I think if you're making multiple lineups, take a shot on Whiteside here at 6.5K. Other bigs, let's see, Alex Len. Oops, sorry. Alex Len here at 5.1 with, possibly no John Collins. I think you could do Alex Len for sure. And then we'll get to the Laker bigs here. Well, Zizic, if Tristan Thompson doesn't miss, the price is up to 4.6K. He kind of got you there in garbage time. But if Tristan Thompson doesn't miss, Cleveland doesn't really have any other options for bigs. So I think you could go to Zizic. And then these Laker bigs, with Tyson Chandler, Zubac, JaVale McGee, they seem to be running the hot hand. Zubac had the big game last game. Played 28 minutes, got you 42 fantasy points. I don't know if we can trust that. I guess we'll wait for a starting lineup if Zubac starts. Then I would like him, but they just seem to be kind of like a time split with those 3 bigs. And yeah, I think that's it. Houston bigs. Let me go to Houston really quick. Like Gary Clark picked up a start, played 24 minutes. I just don't know if I want to trust any of these bigs. Nene, they're all not seeing enough minutes right now. Where, Chris, Hartstein. I don't want to target any of these guys really. They did sign Kenneth Faried. I wish he would be on on this playable on the slate because I would absolutely love Fareed, but they don't have him in the player pool, unfortunately. So we can't play him. But yeah, I'm kind of going to stay away from the Houston Bigs. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts with the slate for tonight. Obviously, there's a lot of injury news we're waiting for. Where if this guy's out, then a few of these guys will be solid plays. So again, I'll go over one more quick overview here. Dallas, Indiana. What's blanking on the name right now? Doncic and Oladipo seem too underpriced. Milwaukee, Orlando. Giannis, pretty solid pivot off of Harden. Then Orlando. Vucevic and Fournier are going to pick up the usage if Aaron Gordon does miss, and then Isaac, probably play a few extra minutes if Aaron Gordon does miss. Sacramento, Detroit. The Sacramento starters I'm going to stay away from. Not seeing enough minutes. I can't trust Dave Yeager. Detroit side, if Drummond does miss, it's Blake Griffin and it's Reggie Jackson, as well as I didn't talk about Zaza Pachulia would probably pick up a start. And he would be a really solid value play at 3.3K. I'd probably just lock him in. John Lure, maybe if he does play, he would cut in his Zaza's minutes if Drummond misses. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts with that. Memphis, Toronto, not really an appealing game, but on the Memphis side, you could talk. Probably my favorite value play would be Justin Holiday at 3.8K if he's going to pick up a start again. And then Mike Conley and Gasol seem a little underpriced. On the Toronto side, they're a pretty deep team. I'm probably going to stay away for anyone on Toronto. Boston, Atlanta. For Atlanta, if Trae Young misses, you could look to Jeremy Lin. If John Collins misses, you could look to Alex Len, Dwayne Dedman. Also, Bembry, Taurean Prince, I guess you could give a look to. On the Boston side, obviously a great spot here. So if you want to play some Boston guys, I'm not going to talk you off them. Me personally, though, I'm going to stay away. I'm a little worried about the blowout, too. Miami, Chicago. Miami runs such a deep rotation, but if Richardson does miss, I guess it would be Tyler Johnson, would be a pretty solid value play. And then as well as Whiteside, I like him a lot as a GPP play. And Chicago, Chris Dunn, Levine seem a little underpriced. And then you got Markkanen, Bobby Portis. Should be asked to play all the minutes they can handle. Personally, I prefer Bobby Portis, but Markkanen's okay. And then another guy I didn't talk about is Robin Lopez. He was back in the rotation. He actually played some decent minutes, so I guess you could give a look to him as a value play. Lakers, Houston, definitely my favorite game of the night. The most stackable, in my opinion. Harden, and I like running it back with Alonzo, Kuzma, possibly Ingram. The Houston Bigs, I'm staying away from. The Lakers Bigs, they're in a timeshare. If Zubac picks up a start, he would probably be the one I had the most interest in. And then Cleveland, Denver, definitely a blowout potential here. Denver, I'm probably going to stay away from Jokic. If Barton or Harris pick up a start, I would like them. But other than that, I'm going to kind of stay away from Denver. On the Cleveland side, Zizic, if Tristan Thompson does miss, then possibly Blossom game. But other than that, I'm kind of staying away. So, again, that's kind of just a brief overview of my thoughts on the slate. So, if you guys have been enjoying the content, please like this video, subscribe. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comment section down below. It's also important to follow me on Twitter. That will be in the description below. I'll give my thoughts and more news comes out throughout the day. And yeah, I'll be back for another video on Sunday, so I'll see you guys then.